Do you find it difficult to build your business? I did. I found it to be very difficult, especially, coming from, not having any guidance, not having any support. And it was very difficult for me when I was, doing this all by myself. And so it wasn't until I actually started connecting with like minded individuals, that I really felt motivated and felt inspired to keep trying and to keep, pushing forward. And so one of the things that I would like to share with you today is if you are struggling to build your business, and it is because of the lack of support and guidance, then, perhaps this is, going to benefit you and resonate with you like it did with me. So I was, thinking about, this particular content that I wanted to create, and I got to thinking about, I have puppies, and so and puppies are a lot like babies in terms of how they, start moving around and everything. It's just with puppies they do it a heck of a lot faster, and and so one of the things that I noticed was similar between both puppies and babies is when they're born, they're completely helpless, and they all they can do is just squirm around. They might cry, and that's about it. And then as they age a little, then they get comfortable with kind of like squirming around, and they actually can roll around, and move to various places or whatever by doing that. And with puppies, they're likely to really fall off the bed that way. I'm sure with babies too. If you have them staying on the bed, then it's likely that they're going to fall off the bed because they just like to roll around. And at that stage, that's really all that they can do. And then as they get older, then they are able to like sit up, and they can move their head around a little more, and they're able to kind of like not really crawl, but they're getting there. Okay, and then next thing you know, they're actually crawling. And then before you know it, they're like trying to stand. You see them with their doing their, I call it a little dance that they do to try and get their balance so that they can stand. And because they have to learn to stand before they can learn how to walk. And eventually they start walking. And then eventually they learn how to run, and the end is that's history. After that, you got to have everything locked. If you have puppies, you got to keep everything up off the floor. And so that's something that we, as a from looking at it as a business perspective, where are you in your business? Are you a newborn? Have you just been born? Have you been around for a couple hours, maybe a couple days, couple weeks, perhaps even a couple months? Okay. And so you got to really, determine like where you're at in your business, and, understand that if you're, a newborn, so to speak, then, don't expect, from yourself or from your business the type of results that other people are getting, or results that you feel like you should be getting. And so um, and the same thing is true is like you've heard of the phrase, you know how do you eat an elephant? Just one bite at a time. And so just kind of look at it from the perspective of a baby. As you have this baby, and it goes through the newborn phase, and then it goes a little bit older, and then it goes through the baby phase, and then it goes through toddler phase, and then it goes into the child phase. And you can't, when you're a newborn, you definitely can't just get up and run. Okay. And still too, when you're just a baby and all you can do is crawl around, you're not going to be able to get up and run. And so understanding that, one, building your business is going to take time, so don't be too hard on yourself. Just realize where you're at in terms of your business age, basically. How old is your business? And this way, you could look at it and say, okay, well, I'm still new. There are a lot of things that you have to learn. Okay, and there are a lot of skills that you have to develop in order to run a successful business. Now, you're probably used to hearing, people talk about mindset, mindset, mindset. And yes, mindset is very important, and I do talk about it, on this channel and on another channel that I have that is dedicated specifically towards that. But yes, your mindset is important, but you also have to have a skill set. If you do not know how to do something, having a positive mindset, or having the mindset, that things are going to work out for you, isn't exactly going to work out that way. And if you've been focusing on having a positive mindset, or having, the success mindset, okay, and you're still struggling, well, then it's probably because you're either trying to take off too much, take too big of a bite, basically. You're trying to run when you should be crawling and or walking, okay, or you're missing skill sets. And so that's something that you really want to identify with yourself and be honest with yourself. Look at your business and say, okay, do I actually have the skill set to manage this business? Do I have the skill set, to carry out whatever it is that, whatever tasks that you have, to do and during the course of the day, okay, as it relates to your business. And oftentimes, most people don't really have the skill set necessary, to manage their business. Okay, you might be really good at one particular thing, but you still need to manage your business. And, there's things like email marketing, there's things like, traffic generation, there's things like, advertising, on the search engines, in social media like Facebook. Okay, and that's just to name a few. I mean, there's accounting, there's bookkeeping, there's sales, there's customer service, there are a lot of hats, so to speak, that you have to wear as a business owner. And if you are by yourself, this can be very challenging. It can be very intimidating, and it's not likely that you have all of those skill sets. Okay. And so one thing that you should really focus on, it's going to be very beneficial for you to focus on, is, learning the skill sets that you can learn, okay, that are going to actually help you. And if you have the budget for it, and if you don't have the budget for it, find a way to get the budget for it, so that you can build, some sort of a team, whether you're outsourcing this, the stuff that you just don't want to learn how to do, or whatever. Real world companies, outsource things like accounting, they outsource things like bookkeeping, they outsource things like customer service. Okay. And not only does it save them money, but that's just an area that they don't have to focus on because it's a third party, and so the third party takes care of it, for them. And so that's training that they don't have to do for their employees, and things of that nature, because it's already taken care of somewhere else. Now, to be successful like a real world company, you got to do the things that real world companies do. Okay. And that involves skill set. And so, understand where you're at as a business. Okay, are you a newborn? Are you starting to squiggle around? Are you starting to, kind of like roll around? Are you crawling? Are you walking? Are you able to run? And just, if you are at the crawl stage, don't beat yourself up thinking, I should be running by now, or, this person over here is running in their business or whatever. And don't even focus on, that. Understand that, yes, right now I'm crawling. I'm at that business stage where I'm crawling. I'm still learning. I'm growing. And, and just do the things that are conducive for that stage of your business. And so that's one thing that really helped me, to kind of drown out all of the the chatter, to drown out the comparison, because I was all the time comparing, myself to other people that I thought were more successful than me, or that probably are more successful than me. There's a lot of people that are definitely more successful than me. And so just comparing myself to those people and comparing myself to, well, they people with similar businesses be like, oh, well, they do they've done this way, or I should do it this way because they're doing it this way, or little stupid comparisons like that. And it's really not necessary, because I wasn't at that stage yet within my business. And so that's the thing that I want to share with you, is focus on where you're at, the stage that you're at in your business, and do it in small increments. Okay. No, you don't have to, go from 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds. Okay. So to speak, but you want to be consistent. And so that's actually what we're going to get into next week, is, being, just more consistent, and, basically turning a blind eye to what's going on around you, so that you can be more, productive within your own business. And so I hope that that has helped you, and I hope that this has been valuable. If you resonate with that, definitely leave a comment below. I'd like to hear, what you resonated with. If you found it to be valuable, I'd like to hear your comments. Or read your comments in the comments below, and I appreciate that. And if you found this to be valuable, if you share this with somebody that that would even be so much better, not just for me, but for that person as well. And so, you have a beautiful day. Thanks.